Welcome to One Chapter, One Thought. I'm Pastor Chris from Lincroft Bible Church in New Jersey, and every weekday I read one chapter of the Bible and offer one brief devotional thought. Today's reading is from the book of Proverbs, chapter 12. To learn, you must love discipline. It is stupid to hate correction. The Lord approves of those who are good, but he condemns those who plan wickedness. Wickedness never brings stability, but the godly have deep roots. A worthy wife is a crown for her husband, but a disgraceful woman is like cancer in his bones. The plans of the godly are just. The advice of the wicked is treacherous. The words of the wicked are like murderous ambush, but the words of the godly save lives. The wicked die and disappear, but the family of the godly stands firm. A sensible person wins admiration, but a warped mind is despised. Better to be an ordinary person with a servant than to be self-important but have no food. The godly take care of their animals, but the wicked are always cruel. A hard worker has plenty of food, but a person who chases fantasies has no sense. Thieves are jealous of each other's loot, but the godly are well-rooted and bear their own fruit. The wicked are trapped by their own words, but the godly escape such trouble. Wise words bring many benefits, and hard work brings reward. Fools think their own way is right, but the wise listen to others. A fool is quick-tempered, but a wise person stays calm when insulted. An honest witness tells the truth. A false witness tells lies. Some people make cutting remarks, but the words of the wise bring healing. Truthful words stand the test of time, but lies are soon exposed. Deceit fills hearts that are plotting evil. Joy fills hearts that are planning peace. No harm comes to the godly, but the wicked have their fill of trouble. The Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in those who tell the truth. The wise don't make a show of their knowledge, but fools broadcast their foolishness. Work hard and become a leader. Be lazy and become a slave. Worry weighs down a person, but an encouraging word cheers up a person. The godly give good advice to their friends. The wicked lead them astray. Lazy people don't even cook the game they catch, but the diligent make use of everything they find. The way of the godly leads to life. That path does not lead to death. One thought. It's important to remember the context of Proverbs, which is that King Solomon is writing these things to prepare his son for life and leadership. And one of the ways that Solomon encourages his son to prepare for it is through hard work. He regularly extols the value of hard work, and he shows the danger of laziness. And we see this come out in chapter 12, verse 11. It says, "A hard worker has plenty of food, but a person who chases fantasies has no sense." Now, this phrase, which is translated as hard worker here in the New Living Translation, in the original Hebrew text literally says, one who works his land has plenty of food. In other words, it's using this imagery as a farmer for a hard worker. But farmers, they would have been the epitome of hard workers in the ancient world. If the farmer didn't work hard, they and everyone in the community would starve. But the hardworking farmer and any hard worker will have plenty of food. They will have plenty of resources. They will be sustained. And so Solomon is encouraging his son to, work hard. In general in life, there is a payoff to hard work. Not always, because again, we live in this broken world, and Proverbs recognizes that, right? By just stating the fact that there are wicked people in the world. However, the general principle is you work hard and generally it pays off and you will have plenty. But the opposite of the hard worker is the fantasy chaser. The person who chases fantasy has no sense, the text says. Now, again, this idea of fantasies here in the original Hebrew text, literally it could be translated the person who chases worthless things. These are things of literally no value. It could be activities which bring no value to your life and they're just wasting time, but also things that are completely unrealistic in what someone might achieve in life. That's what we typically think about when someone is chasing a fantasy. I'm 5'7". I would never make it into the NBA, no matter how hard I try, no matter how much I train, no matter how much I practiced. A professional basketball career was never going to be in the cards for me because of my genetics. And so to pursue that, to give my time to that, would have been a waste of time. It would have been pursuing a fantasy and been nonsensical. So these Proverbs invite reflection on our work life. Are you working hard? Sometimes, and this is the painful reality, like sometimes we lack because we're not working hard. And so we need to just have an open heart and an open mind to this. But pushing this further, as we think about our quote-unquote dreams, are they realistic? Or are you chasing fantasies? Are you pursuing something that probably won't happen, can't happen, or will ultimately end up setting you back in life? Don't chase fantasies. But instead, the scriptures are calling us to pursue Christ, to follow his will, to be led by him. And if we allow ourselves to be led by him, he will lead us to the right path. And when we are on that path, we strive to work hard.